Hey guys, welcome back to the Driver Mod. It's Anthony here. We've got another S650 modification we're doing today. We've got Derek's Grabber Blue Bronze Package Performance Pack GT. This is the donor car that we use to get the performance carbon parts, carbon wing, into production. Here it is, 5 months later, still beautiful. But we've got, like I said, another mod today. What is missing in this engine bay? I'll help you out. These Performance Pack GTs come with a strut tower bar that goes across the engine to help stiffen the chassis when you're more going around corners. It's more for, corner carving, all across, and that kind of stuff. Well, we decided let's make a carbon fiber version of the strut tower bar. It'll kind of go with this, carbon fiber plastic-ish theme that they got going on. Only this is real carbon fiber. And here it is. Now this is the pre-production model. The production model isn't going to have these holes, so you don't have to worry about covering those up. But this is solid carbon fiber. Now this carbon strut tower bar is extremely light, but also going to be extremely strong. It is available in this gloss finish, the matte finish, and the forged carbon finish, and it will fit all S550 and S650 Mustangs currently out, except for the 2015 through 2017 V6 Mustangs and the 2020 to 2023 GT500s due to the supercharger. Now, if you've added a supercharger on your Mustang after the fact, a positive displacement where it replaces the intake manifold and sits on top of the engine, this strut tower bar will also not fit on your Mustang. But if you've got twin turbos, ProCharger, Vortec, ESS, this strut tower bar is going to be a nice piece that you can add to your car, make the underhood image look a little bit better, give you a little bit more chassis stiffness, and a little bit more pop. The install is super easy. We're going to take off those 4 15mm bolts. We're going to undo the battery cover, pop up the battery wiring harness, pop this on, zap the 4 bolts down, and that's it. So we'll show you how to do that. And here are the tools you'll need for this job. It's a really simple job. You just need a ratchet, a deep 15mm socket, a 10mm socket, it can be deep or shallow, and a trim removal tool to get the wiring harness off the strut tower mounting post. And then of course your strut tower bar. Alright, so the battery cover is held on by these 3 twist and push clips. So we'll get those out. Just slide it out. Next, we're going to release the battery harness from this hold down on one of the mounting studs. You're just going to take a trim tool and pop that collar up. Just kind of slide that out of the way. And lastly, you're going to release these 15mm bolts. And you will have to release the battery terminal in order to get yourself some more slack. You can't really tuck it under there without potentially damaging the carbon, and we don't want to do that. So just get a 10mm bolt and release the battery terminal. Once you got that loose, just go ahead and wiggle it free, and we'll just kind of tuck it there to keep it out of the way of the post. Now we can go ahead and mount the carbon strut tower bar. Here we go. There it is. Now we got the bar in there, we're just going to do the reverse process. Put your battery cable back on. Snug that down. Put the cover back on to protect that. Now we're going to get our mounting hardware in place. Alright guys, so we spun those down by hand to get them started and got them flush with the strut tower brace. This piece is solid carbon fiber. Now, what will happen is when the metal bites down on it, the finish is going to get a little bit disturbed. That is totally normal. There might even be some small stress cracks. That is perfectly normal. Just like when you move a bolt on a painted surface or tighten it down, you're going to have a disturbance, and that is completely, that is normal. That you can't stop that from happening. What you do not want to do is over tighten it to the point where you start splitting the carbon fiber. You do not need to heave on these guys, just snug is fine. So now we're going to tighten these up. You can hear it applying pressure. I'm having to put a decent amount of force in here now. The finish is undamaged. You do not need to tighten these down to 150 foot-pounds, all right? Once you get them tightened down, we're going to reattach our harness. Come over here and tighten the other side down. And there you go, guys. It is on. Now, as you can see right here, the nut has dug into the surface a little bit, but that's just a part of attaching a part to a car in a secure manner. The thing's not going anywhere now. All right. So we got it nice and snug on there. Again, this is the pre-production model. In the future, like I said, those holes are not going to be there, and we may even include maybe some thin plastic washers just to help protect the finish a little bit. But this is the pre-production model just to test fitment and finish. The finish is excellent. The fitment is, again, excellent. Now again, these carbon strut tower bars are available in gloss, matte, and forged carbon finishes. If you have a non-performance pack car, so a non-performance pack GT or a non-performance pack EcoBoost, any car that did not come with a strut tower bar from the factory, you will need a spacer on this side. So this is not a direct bolt-on for you. We are working on getting a spacer fabricated to take the place of that piece that you do not get from the factory. But until then, this piece is only available as a direct bolt-on for the cars that came with a strut tower bar from the factory. But for now, these are good to go on all your S550s and S650s that came equipped with a strut tower bar from the factory. So drop some comments down below, guys. What do you think? How does it look? I think it looks really good. I mean, it goes with the factory engine cover nicely. It's not too much. It's not like you've thrown carbon fiber all over the engine bay to where it's distracting. It's just a nice centering piece. And once we get the final production model with these holes gone, it's going to look fantastic. Check out the links below. Hit up performancecarbonparts.com. Use promo code TDM5 and get 5% off your carbon strut tower bar. Improved chassis rigidity, less weight, better aesthetic looks. Checks all the boxes, guys. Get yours at Performance Carbon Parts.